My name is Shepley Schroth-Cary. I'm the fire chief at Gold Ridge Fire Protection District. I've been a member of the fire department since 1994. Started here as an explorer and a volunteer at the age of 18 in 1998. I also worked for the state of California, CAL FIRE, for many fire seasons, almost 17 years, before I returned to Gold Ridge Fire District as a battalion chief and then the fire chief. And I'd characterize the Gold Ridge Fire Protection District as a rural combination fire department. In 1993, we're the result of a consolidation between the communities of Twin Hills, Hessel, and Freestone. And then over the last several years, we've been working on a consolidation of these rural areas that were underserved. So we also serve and protect the communities of Lakeville, Wilmar, Two Rock, Bloomfield, Valley Ford, Bodega, Camp Meeker, and Fort Ross. The most common call, like many fire departments, is medical emergency response. But we have large exposure to wildland fires as well. Being in a rural community, urban interface, we have many homes intermixed with forest and wildland. So that's also a primary response of ours. Our typical terrain is rolling hills, grass, oak woodland, but we also go to a northern portion of our fire district, redwood forest, mountainous terrain as well. Wide variety from our southernmost portion, which is mostly grasslands. We also have a river that runs through our district in the Lakeville portion. So we also have water rescue and a boat and boat response as well. Being rural and not having a city center in most of our fire district, there's an opportunity to see the firehouse as kind of that community gathering place. So we still participate in fundraising events, open houses, pancake breakfast, barbecue chicken feeds, those sort of things to continue to have engagement with our community. And one of the challenges of working where you live is that you do encounter calls where either it's your teacher, your former teacher, family member, someone you grew up with. It's both difficult and also very rewarding to help people that you know so well. So it's cuts both ways, I guess. We have multi-generational members of our fire district. We also have a very cool pathway of starting out as an explorer and then potentially becoming an employee. So my story is one that's very important to maintain and provide a pathway for the exact scenario, which is I started out as an explorer and I'm now the fire chief. So I preach that you can make this place what you want it to be. You just have to do the work. And we're also very proud of the fact that many of our interns go off. If we can't hire them here, they get hired in local fire departments throughout Sonoma County, but the greater Bay Area as well. And we're very proud of that reputation and that contribution to the fire service is while it's tough to be a training ground, it's also very rewarding to see our folks be successful. Our Type 3 fire engine from Rosenbauer is our primary response vehicle for, I'd say, 90% of our calls. It's the general runaround vehicle. It's more appropriate for our tight roadways and driveways. So for a medical emergency, it's the primary engine. Then again, we discussed the threat of wildland fires. So it's also our primary engine used during the summer months. Kind of the dual purpose of this apparatus, the ability to be a Type 1 fire engine when our Type 1's out of service, but then also haul all the water that it does. We're a rural community, so water tenders, we don't have water systems, we don't have hydrants. And then the reliability, of course. And I would say the comfort, I'm looking over at the guys, but you know, if they're on a water tender going to Southern California to drive this down the highway versus some of the apparatus we've had in the past, they're gonna be much more comfortable, more space, that sort of thing. The state of California is prone to large wildfires, and I'd say anywhere in the world, California does it the best as far as our ability to respond statewide and support our neighbors. So if it's a fire in our backyard or one in the northern part of the state or the southern part of the state, we participate in the response. When it's all said and done, this job's about your team and about serving the community. So it's your peers, it's the people that depend on you that bring you back to work. So yeah, a desire to help. That's about it. It's that simple.